Okay, if you need a little extra help on this one getting started, let's read the problem together. The length of a rectangle is 3 times the width. If the area of the rectangle is 432 meters squared, find the length and width. So again, let's kind of point out some key words that we see. It's talking about length and width again. We're using the same shape as a rectangle. And then it also says area is 432 meters squared. So let's set up our picture again like we talked about on the last one. We have our rectangle. We know the area is 432, and again, we always put area in the middle. Okay, so let's see what we know about length and width here. So it says length of a rectangle is, so there's that magic word is. So we know we're going to say length is 3 times the width. So 3 times the width. Okay, so that goes here in terms of our length. It does not say anything else about the width, so we will just use W for width. Our formula for area of a rectangle, remember, is area equals length times width. So now we can substitute our pieces in. We know our area is 432. We'll sub that in for area. We know our length is 3W, so we'll substitute that in there. And then width, all we know is W, so that one will stay the same. So let's rewrite our equation. Instead of A, we're going to plug in the 432. Width we know is 3W, but I don't really want to write the 3W first. I want to bring that single variable first times my 3W so that I'll know to distribute. So go ahead and distribute. 432 equals 3W squared. Now let's talk about the rearrangement of this one because this one is a little different. You can factor it or you can solve for W. I'm going to let you choose in this case. If you do choose to factor it, remember you have to have everything on the same side. So let's set that up together and talk about our A, B, and C. Let's move the 432 over because we always want our variable squared to stay positive. So we would say 0 equals 3W squared minus 432. But if you notice, we don't have a B here. So when you go to set this up, your A times C and then your B, but our B is going to be 0. So think about that when you factor it. If that kind of confuses you with the 0, my advice would be to take the equation right here that I'm circling, divide by 3, and square root to get W by itself. But remember, when you square root something, you have two answers, a positive and negative. But here's the good part. If you have a negative value, can that be the length of something? Can that be the width of something? So if you get a negative value, that's not going to work. Use the positive value. And then you can plug that in to find what your other variable